Going on, ladies and gents, welcome back once again to The Drop, the official podcast of comicdrops.com. You know, something that I've noticed, I don't know why I say the official podcast. It's not like anyone's trying to impersonate us.
Someone trying to replicate it?
But anyway, I digress. Joining me today is Andrew Lilly. How you doing, man?
I'm great, and I'm glad to be back.
Yes! There it is. There it is. And in the house with us today, we have CabooseXBL. How's your week been, man?
It's been good. I am also glad to be here. Won't steer your line, Ander.
Well, I see how it is.
But, yeah. It's exciting times.
Yes, indeed. And joining us today, and back once again, is my good buddy, Casey freaking Crow. Dude, it has been too long. How are you?
Dude, I noticed that you invited me to come back, but the Blair Witch had actually lured me out into the woods, so I got lost. But don't worry, I just found my way back home, and I just opened my computer, and you were there.
Oh, thank God.
I don't know where you're going with that. I'm sitting here like, where is he going with this?
I just started going, and it just went with me. I don't know.
Fascinating story.
Well, we're here now. Let's get started. Originally, we didn't have a lot of things to talk about, but a lot of things have happened in the past about 24 hours. And let's start with the most recent thing that just happened. Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool, has officially left the sequel due to creative differences with Ryan Reynolds. And it comes as a huge shock to pretty much anybody who's been following the Deadpool movies. The first Deadpool was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Even though I was never a huge fan of the character, the movie made me a fan of the character. And having Tim Miller kind of leave is a little disheartening, and now I'm a tad bit worried about the film because, I think they were supposed to go into production either early next year or something like that, and now they have to worry about not only casting but looking for a new director, and then trying to make sure that the director and Ryan Reynolds actually have some sort of chemistry and actually know, they're on the same page. So,
right,
a lot of things need to happen before the movie can actually go into production. But Casey, let's start with you. What do you think of Tim Miller leaving Deadpool 2, and who do you think would be a good replacement for him?
Well, it's interesting because that's something you think. Well, because Deadpool. Let's start back at the beginning. So, the test footage leaks. Everybody goes nuts. Everybody loves it. Fox considers it. Fox greenlights it. They make the movie for, what was it, 50? It was 50 million, 60. It was under 100 million.
That was 65, right?
No, it was really low. It was about 50 to 65 million.
They make this movie. It makes a ton of money. It's a critical success. People love it. Fans love it. And then they greenlit I think they greenlit the sequel the weekend it came out because everybody was loving this movie. And so when I saw Tim was exiting because of creative differences with Ryan, you just think they would try to work it out because of how far they've come with one another in pushing and making this movie what it is today and what everybody loves about Deadpool. But when I think about it, I go, well, in terms of the power I believe Ryan Reynolds has, he probably has the power of what Tom Cruise would have on his movie sets because he's the producer.
Yeah. Not
that Ryan always has that power, but just because it's Deadpool and this is his thing and he is Deadpool now to everybody, he definitely has that power. But it's sad to see that they couldn't work it out. I'm sure Tim is going to have a lot of more offers. I know he's set to do Influx, and who would I like to see take the director's chair? I saw a bunch of names running around on Twitter. My favorite one was Edgar Wright or Matthew Vaughn.
Ooh.
I think those would be interesting choices. But like I said, Tim also didn't have a lot of experience directing, so you could always bring somebody fresh, somebody new, maybe from the indie world. And I think Ryan will definitely make sure it's in good hands.
I think I'm with you on Edgar Wright or Matthew Vaughn, but I think trying to bring in a new director, a fresh director, an indie director, for a sequel to Deadpool might not be the best choice, considering people. The first one has already set the bar. It's already set people have a certain expectations when walking into a Deadpool movie now. And if you have this newbie director, this indie director behind a sequel, and then it's not, the people are still going to compare the two. So I mean, I wouldn't go with an indie director, but I think Edgar Wright could be a interesting choice. I saw someone say Shane Black. I think I saw was like, oh, Ryan Reynolds should just direct it. I don't think Ryan Reynolds has directed anything.
Oh God, no.
No, that's a very, very big risk.
So I wouldn't go with that. But Caboose, what say you?
This is rough news to hear. Like, holy crap. I mean, looking at the entirety of the production of Deadpool from beginning to end in the however long time span that it took to get that movie made, that whole team that worked on it was there from day one to the weekend that movie finally came out. They were together every single step of the way. So it seemed like, they were in tune and they were all on the same page. So to hear that of all people that Tim Miller could have creative differences with, especially considering how much Fox has meddled with plenty of the comic book movies, for him to have had creative differences with Ryan Reynolds is like so bizarre to me. It's so bizarre. But I guess, Ryan Reynolds is a huge part of what makes Deadpool work as a movie. So at the end of the day, he was the one who was kind of calling the shots. But I feel like they should have just let some egos aside for a little bit. Tim Miller did a phenomenal job with Deadpool, and I'm really upset that this is how it went down. It would have been so good to see that whole team come together again and have another outing at Deadpool, this time with more money on their hands, maybe. It seemed like they were still ready to do a low budget and everything, but, they just would have more assets at their disposal, considering how huge of a success Deadpool 1 was. So it's really upsetting. And as for your question about new directors, Matthew Vaughn is a great choice. I think they should go with a director who is of high caliber, because they need someone to put Ryan Reynolds in his place. Like, if they had some no-name director, he's going to get pushed around a lot. So if you get someone like an Edgar Wright or a Shane Black, as you mentioned, Matthew Vaughn probably is the one that I would want, because he just knows rated R movies and how to make them fun and crazy and awesome. So he's the one I would choose. And plus, he's done a Fox movie before with First Class. So
I think Josh Trank's schedule is pretty open. So just call him.
It's gonna stay open because he's not directing anything. Trash.
He's gonna get sick in the middle of another Star Wars production. And
I've got 2 words for you guys. You guys ready? Zack Snyder.
Oh,
stop it! You stop that.
I'm just kidding. That'd be kind of bad. Andrew, what about you, man? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with what you guys said. It is a little concerning. I guess no one really thought that he'd be dropping out of Deadpool. I certainly was shocked by that. But about the directors, I could totally see someone like Vaughn taking over. Like you guys said, he's already experienced with one Fox X-Men movie, and R-rated films, so it'd be like perfect for him. I don't know if I'd be too concerned about the movie, but I don't know. This was shocking news, I guess, especially the same week it came out with the Logan trailer.
Yeah, it's just this close to when they're expected to start production. To lose the director is a bit of a big deal, but it's like they're not. It's not like they're starting production tomorrow, so they do have time. But
is that like 2018 that's coming out?
I think that's the release date. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And what's interesting is, I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a tweet that Ryan Reynolds sent out. I think it was like late last night, and it was a poll, and he was just like. He's like, I want to see if, like, what would you guys like to see as the climax of Deadpool 2? And the choices were a bridge and a bridge. And I felt like that was kind of like maybe some kind of hint as to where I guess they went wrong in, I guess, the creating process. Maybe Tim had a different idea for the climax of the film, or like the final fight, as opposed to Ryan Reynolds one. I'm guessing Tim was just like, oh, let's do a bridge, but then Ryan was just like, no, we had an entire bridge sequence in the first Deadpool. You want to rehash the same thing over and over. So I mean, who knows? I mean, this is all just guesswork at this point, but I mean, I think it's something worth noting.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't think he would have tweeted that like with the intention of trying to insult Tim Miller, because Tim Miller dropped out of the project from what the reports are saying, like sometime yesterday. So it's not like he's gonna subtweet the guy and be like, yeah, screw this guy, let's get him off the project, because that's just childish at that point. And if the report
said they ended on it was amicable. That's what the report said.
Oh yeah.
They
Okay.
ended on good terms.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think he had the intention of like trying to insult Tim. Ryan Reynolds tweets some dumb things.
He tweets, he's so good at it.
Yeah.
I
So
love
great at it. So.
Oh.
That was just another, that to me at least, that seemed like it was just another one of his funny tweets, but it coincides with the story that's come out, so he probably had to remove it just so that, he's not, it doesn't seem like he's intentionally trying to insult Tim and the work that he's done or whatever.
So then people don't have conversations like this.
Exactly.
But you know what? Actually, let's go ahead and stick with some Deadpool 2 news, because, I mean, there is another thing we need to talk about. Apparently, the Domino is going to be in Deadpool 2. I mean, that's as of right now. I mean, there hasn't been any changes. And the short list for the character, I actually have no idea who Domino is, like at all. All I know is that, like, she has, like, really, really white skin. That's about it, and she shoots guns. But the short list came out for the role. And the actresses that are up for the role are Lizzie Kaplan, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Sienna Miller, Sophia Botula. I'm guessing that's what her last name is.
From Kingsman.
Is she from Kingsman?
Yeah, she's the girl with the sword legs.
Oh, okay. Actually, that's my choice. Stephanie Sigmund and Sylvia Hoeks. So let's start with you, Caboose. What do you out of those actresses, Kaplan, Winstead, and the other ones I mentioned, which one would you prefer to play Domino?
Well, I mean, funny enough, if Matthew Vaughn were to get the job on Deadpool 2, he's worked with Sophia Botella before with Kingsman, so that's probably my choice. She's a badass, and I don't know too much about the character of Domino either. But if they're trying to make her seem like, a female badass character, then yeah, hell yeah, give Sophia Botella the job. If not her, I'm not really familiar with too many of the other names except for Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and she would be all right, I guess. But yeah, Sophia Botella is probably my number one choice, especially considering if in the dream world Matthew Vaughn gets the job for Deadpool 2, it would work. So yeah, that's my choice.
Yeah.
Ander, what about you, man? Do you know anything about Domino? I feel like you do.
Yeah, fill us
I've
in,
only
Ander.
read a few things with her.
Enlighten us.
I'm not crazy about like Deadpool, so I don't read much. But yeah, I couldn't even tell you what her like powers are or anything. I could recognize her, but that's it.
Same. Same. You're not alone. Trust me.
I agree with Caboose. Sophia, what's her last name?
Botella.
Botella?
Like it's like Nutella, but Botella. Just think of it like that.
Yeah. Kind of like what you said. She's a badass. She's got experience with some big movies. Kingsman. She was in Star Trek. So, yeah, she'd be my choice too.
I guess we're all in agreement. Casey, what do you think, man?
I have no idea anything about this character.
I knew you were gonna say that. He's been super quiet about this.
I was like, Domino. Okay. I mean, if the character goes great alongside Colossus and Teenage
Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Yeah.
Warhead.
What a name.
Yeah, right. But like I said, I don't know anything about the character. Sophie would really be a cool fit because I think she really convinced us that she's a badass in Kingsman, and she also got the gig in Star Trek, and she's going to be in The Mummy with Tom Cruise's Universal's reboot of The Mummy.
Yep.
So, I mean, she's getting good gigs, and I really would be surprised if she got this one. But anybody, sure, just put a good actress.
Word. Yeah, the other actresses like Lizzie Kaplan, who played Beth in Cloverfield, if you guys remember that movie, and she was also in like the most recent Now You See Me movie, and I see her more as a comedic actress.
Oh, that's right.
Than anything.
Now I recognize her.
Yeah, that's her. And then Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I mean, no. no offense to the actress, like in any way, shape, or form. It's just like I don't think that's the right part for her. Someone suggested that she play Barbara Gordon in the DCEU, and I'm just like, okay,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind that. But anyway, moving on to our next topic. Donald Glover, also known as Childish Gambino to you lovers of really good music, He has been cast as Lando Calrissian in the Han Solo Star Wars not reboot, but like a spin-off solo film. I don't like this choice. I'm gonna be right off the bat, be honest.
Really?
I really don't. I don't think it was. I don't know. It's just. I don't know. I have a certain picture of Lando in my head, and Donald Glover doesn't exactly fit that. At least for me. But then again, I've said this before about other actresses and actors who I didn't think were right for roles, and they end up being like really good at it. So I mean, I don't know. But at this point, I'm not sold. I think they could have gone with someone else. But Andrew, what do you think about Donald Glover as young Lando?
I like it. I actually didn't even know that Lando was going to be in the movie. I don't know why I didn't know that. I should have expected it, but yeah, I think that's a good choice. I'll admit I haven't seen a lot of movies with him. I think the last movie I saw with him was The Martian, but I like him as an actor, and I think he's a good choice for Lando.
Okay, nice. Okay. Casey, what do you think, man?
I mean, it kind of really is no surprise unless they're going to cast Michael B. Jordan. That was, I mean, it's like if they didn't cast him, who else would they cast? And Michael B. Jordan's the only one that came to mind. He's an okay actor to me. Doesn't blow me away. But the problem I read was when, granted, these are rumors at this point because rumors are going to always be spread around with Star Wars movies, is that they cast Lando because they're going to be explaining how he lost the Millennium Falcon to Han Solo, which I don't care. I don't care about. I like if you're going to tell a story, if you're going to go backwards, why do we have to explain everything? I don't even want a Han Solo spin-off in the first place, but just the sound of that is like, do we really have to go back and explain everything? We did that with the prequels. We explained Darth Vader and blah, we got what we got. But it's an okay casting. I'll see how the movie turns out. I'm a little optimistic.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, the guy who's playing young Han Solo actually low-key kind of looks like Casey. Just saying. I've noticed that. Every single time I see that picture, it's like there's a certain picture that a lot of the trades use whenever they're talking about him playing young Han, and I'm just like, that's Casey. I've always noticed that, but
I mean, it worked so simple.
Caboose, what do you think, man? Do you like this casting?
Yeah, I'm all for this. I mean, okay, I'm not like a hardcore Star Wars fan like I'm sure you guys are.
Blasphemy.
So I'm looking at this on a bit of an outside perspective, and putting that in mind, like this is great news for me, you know, like what I am in agreement with is the trepidation that fans have about them giving too much information about the past and giving too much away about things that people speculated and wanted to know about for so long, because that's the fun of it, is that you speculate and you're never going to truly know. You know, maybe you'll see a great fan theory every now and then and it's like, holy shit, that's crazy, that's so cool, but you'll never truly know, and that's the fun of it. So for them to be like, all right, Lando's going to be in the movie, you're going to find out how he loses the Falcon to Han Solo and everything, and it's like, oh, well, there it goes, you ruined it, you know? So I don't know how I feel about that specifically, but Donald Glover is a great actor. He had like a whole lot of charisma in The Martian, and I loved him in The Martian, as little of a role as he had, and he's great on Community and everything. I'm a big fan of Donald Glover, so whatever he's doing, I'm all for it. I'm excited to see him too in Spider-Man Homecoming. So yeah, I'm all for the casting, but I get the trepidation that people have about the whole Millennium Falcon thing.
Yeah. When is the movie actually going to production? Have they announced that yet?
I think sometime next year, right? Because it's coming for a 2018 release. So
Yeah.
They add new Star Wars new Star Wars movie every single year until like the end of time.
basically.
But all right. Now it's time to get into the meat and potatoes, the goodness of what we want to talk about today. We are going to dive right into the Logan trailer, which was originally going to be our first topic. Hugh Jackman posted the teaser to his Twitter on Thursday, and if I had to describe it in one word, it would have to be wow. This movie has completely skyrocketed to like my top 3 most anticipated movies of 2017. I dig the tone, the desert setting, just like the whole thing in general. Johnny Cash was an excellent choice in terms of music, And like I don't know, man. I this trailer just really blew me away. Like I'm really like excited. I've seen it like 15 times already. But Casey, let's hear from you, man. What did you think of the Logan trailer?
I'm not a big X-Men fan. But other than Days of Future Past and First Class, I don't give a whole lot of care. And I saw the Wolverine movie last time in theaters when it came out, 2-3 years ago. That kind of was crap to me.
What?
Just
the Wolverine when he was in Japan?
Just the ending with the woman and the...
Yeah,
Okay.
the ending is bad.
The ending sucks, but the ending sucks. The movie overall is actually pretty good. At least I think so.
But those movies are big, they're loud, they're sometimes crazy. But this looks awesome. This looks like not a new spin. It looks like they're peeling back all those big things. Just based on the trailer alone, it looks like we're going to get a good look into the character. Obviously, it's Logan, but I feel like this is going to be a good character study. I feel like it just looks really refreshing. It looks kind of Western to me, like post-apocalyptic Western.
Yeah.
If that's even a thing.
Yes.
It's weird to say that because you think of comic book movie, you're like, flying around, people punching, and mediocre drama, whatever. But this looks like something else, with Professor X looking like on the verge of dying or something. And Logan's hair and this little girl who we're just gonna go ahead and assume it's X-23.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she
I mean,
is.
just the framing, the color palette, the acting in Hugh Jackman's eyes. This is why he has been playing Wolverine for so long, because he can act. He is so damn good at what he does. This is why he does Broadway. This is why everybody loves him as Wolverine, because he pulls it off so well. I'm so excited for this movie. You can take back Apocalypse, and I will take this Logan from me. Thank you very much, Fox.
Yes. Ander, what do you think?
I agree. I didn't have much expectations for Logan, and then this trailer came out, and it is probably my second most anticipated movie of next year. It looks just like the perfect character piece, like Casey said, that the X-Men franchise needs. You can. I mean, the explosions and all the villains and stuff, that's just like secondary stuff. We're getting to the stuff that really matters and looking into what makes Logan such a cool character. And some of those shots, it's like, man, I would just take an entire movie of just the three of them interacting, sitting around the table, just discussing. I don't know, just that trailer was just so perfect for me.
Yeah, that's definitely probably one of, if not the best teaser I've seen for a comic book movie in quite some time.
Yeah.
Just like I said, the tone of the movie, it doesn't feel like an X-Men movie in any way, and I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the shots, like low-key kind of look like comic panels, and I appreciate little things like that. One, I guess not issue, but a little. Actually, it is kind of an issue. So apparently, this is actually something that we talked about in the podcast last week. We were trying to figure out what year it was when Logan woke up in Days of Future Past, and it was like already like the future. Apparently, it was 2023 when he woke up, and this movie takes place in 2024. So apparently, within a year, Professor X and Logan have aged exponentially. All the mutants are gone, and there's a clone of Logan in girl form.
How do you know it was 2024? I didn't see.
They said it was.
Yeah,
they did. Okay,
yes.
Sorry, I missed that.
So, in a way, the timeline is screwed up again, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's yeah, right? Yeah. Congratulations, Fox.
I'll tell you this
You
much.
cheagled yourself.
For me, I could give two craps about the timeline, okay? What I want is a good film, and that's all I care about. That's all I cared about with Days of Future Past. That's all I cared about with X-Men First Class. And let's not make any mistakes. Up until X-Men First Class, the X-Men timeline was perfectly okay, all right? The film that gets the most praise out of the entire X-Men franchise, Matthew Vaughn directing, is the one that screws up everything, okay? It's the one that just throws all continuity out the door. But it's a great film, and that's all that matters. who cares about the in-between? Continuity, schmontinuity. You know, Fox, whatever they're doing, whoever the directors, whatever they're doing, their goal that they've set out, and this is what I think any studio should be most weary of, is making a good film. All the little stuff comes after. Just make sure you're putting out a good product. If you screw up some continuity things, who cares? Like, whatever. You know?
Fanboys, trust
this
me,
movie,
they
Logan,
care.
looks fan-freaking-tastic. Oh my good God. That trailer is the best trailer of 2016. Logan is my number one most anticipated film of 2017. And let me ask you guys a question. You don't get a single shot of the claws in that movie, and this movie is slated for a November, December release.
I know you're
Don't you think you would sit here and be saying, this is the Oscar bait movie? Hugh Jackman's going to get nominated. Patrick Stewart's going to get nominated. That's how good it looks. Honestly,
I thought you were going to say something about it low-key looking like The Last of Us.
No. Well, but, that aside. But, yeah, the shots look so good. And just that is the thing I'm the biggest fan of what James Mangold is doing with Logan is he's not trying to make a movie. He's not trying to make a comic book movie, per se. He is making a film with comic book characters in it. And that is what excites me the most. Granted, there are rumors and whatever that Mr. Sinister is going to be in it. And maybe that could ruin the film, just like it did with the Wolverine and the whole Silver Samurai thing. Maybe it could. But what we're seeing right now is quality freaking stuff. And you know what? Logan could suck. It could be terrible. But this trailer was more than enough to satisfy me that Hugh Jackman is the man. I have grown up since I was a little child to this guy as Wolverine.
Just a wee little Boosie.
Just a wee little caboose. And now I'm going to be able to see his last outing as Logan. That's why this movie was called Logan, because it's not about the animal, it's not about the beast, it's not about the guy with the claws, it's about the human being, the character of Logan. And I'm so blown away. I don't know if there's going to be a better trailer than this one for a very, very long time. This was incredible. Incredible. Yeah. Just absolutely blew me away.
And to be honest with you, I legit don't want another trailer for this movie. I could literally watch that trailer for the next 6 months and be perfectly fine.
I mean, unfortunately, marketing doesn't work out that way, but I would love that.
But I'm saying if I had my way, and I'm actually going to try really hard to, like, not watch any. I literally want to go into this movie just completely just surprised. I want to have a fresh experience. Because this trailer really just lets me know everything I need to know about this movie.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not gonna watch anything else. I'm sold.
And hey, big ups to Deadpool, because the amount of money that made for Fox for as little as they spent on making it is a big reason why Logan the movie is the way that it is. Why it has the R rating. Why they're just basically allowed to just go out and do whatever they want. You know, like Fox just looked at Hugh Jackman. They were like, "Listen, if this is the last time you want to play Wolverine, just do what you want to do, man. We're not even going to pay attention to your production. You make the film you guys want to make." And that's what it looks like. It's just heart and soul is being poured out into this movie. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm stoked. March cannot get here soon enough.
Absolutely.
I'm ready for Logan. Bring it on. All right. So moving on to another teaser that we got on, I believe it was Wednesday, right? Wednesday? I don't know. James Gunn dropped a first look at Guardians of the Galaxy 2 along with a poster for the film. And, I mean, nothing really wowed me. It just looked like Guardians. But let's hear from you guys. Caboose, what did you think of the Guardians, or well, they call it a sneak peek, but it's really a teaser trailer of Guardians 2.
It looks good. Looks like a lot of fun. It's, to be honest, like, they're not going to be able to capture what we got from Guardians 1, and I don't think they're trying to. It's because Guardians 1 was so out of left field, and everyone was like, yeah, who cares? Who really cares about this movie? And it was just so much fun, and it was just such a good time, you know? And that's what Guardians 2 looks like, but what's new? Like, what are they going to bring to the table that I'm not going to be expecting? And maybe they will. Maybe there's something we haven't seen yet. You know, this was a really short teaser that's just like a compilation of shots followed by a funny moment. So, I don't know what I'm going to expect, but right now, like, yeah, it looks like it's going to be just fun, and I'm going to have a good time. but what is new? Like, what am I not expecting from Guardians Volume 2? And that's my only worry. And it's only really a worry because it's like, it's just going to be the same old, and there's not really a huge problem with that. So it looks funny. Baby Groot is going to steal the show. He already has. So, yeah, looks great, but whatever.
I want to make a comment about Baby Groot, and people may not like this, but I'm already sick of Baby Groot. I really am. I'm so tired of Baby Groot.
Thank you.
It's just so annoying. It's just like, oh, Baby Groot, this, Baby Groot. I don't freaking care. Can we please get Groot back to the way he's supposed to be? I don't care. I do not care about Baby Groot. I can't explain to you how much I do not care.
Wow.
Just
imagine Vin Diesel trying to record.
I am Groot.
See, like, I don't, like, seriously, like, what are they gonna do? And also, okay, another issue, not an issue, but, like, okay, so, Rocket grabbed a stick, right? And that stick just so happened to be Groot. But there were 1,000 sticks just laying there. Do they all become Groots? Is that how Groots or those creatures are born? Is that how it happens?
Maybe there's multiple Groots. Maybe that's the thing we're not expecting out of Guardians 2, all right?
And
then
they combine.
You don't ask James Gunn. You ask Neil deGrasse Tyson. He'll have the answer to this one.
Oh, exactly. Maybe we're going to have a Groot spinoff where all those little sticks come to life, and it's just a bunch of little baby Groots, and it's like Minions all over again.
Oh, wow. Look at you building a franchise.
The sticks come together like Voltron to form a giant Groot. I don't know. watch something like that happen. Seriously,
and
that
they can
happens.
all say
I'm
together.
suing
They
Disney.
can all say, "We are Groot. We are Groot."
Oh man, we're saying too much. We're giving them too many ideas. We got to stop while we're ahead.
You're welcome, Kevin Feige. You're welcome.
Wait for that check. Casey, what do you think of the Guardians Volume 2 trailer, teaser, sneak peek, whatever?
It was cool. It reminded me of, I don't know if it was James or somebody said, somebody said, because I remember specifically saying, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 will be the biggest spectacle movie you have
Chris
ever
Pratt
seen.
said that.
Chris Pratt, okay. So that is a way to overhype a film real fast. Like saying
bold.
things because very bold. I'm excited for this movie. I like Guardians of the Galaxy. Nice, cool little trailer. I won't watch anymore probably just because I don't want to, them to give away everything. But it was cool. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what they got.
Ander.
I thought it was a perfect amount to just tease. Like you guys, I don't really want a big trailer right now. I kind of want to go in knowing like nothing about the film. I love the first Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a great film, so I'm expecting the same, the same fun, the same humor from the second one. I am glad that they didn't show any of the new characters.
Yeah, I was expecting to see Kurt Russell, but
I was expecting to see Kurt Russell or Mantis. And I'm really glad we didn't see them. I'd rather wait till the movie, but I'm sure we'll see them in a future trailer. But yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. The visuals look great. I love the colors in it. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one.
All right, I guess I'm alone on the whole, like not really wowed by it. I'm just it looks like Guardians,
I agree. Like it didn't.
It's not a
blow me
negative.
Away.
It's not a negative in any way. It's like at all. It's just
I mean, it's no Logan, but let's get that straight. Shit.
Oh, of course.
Ain't no
definitely.
Logan there.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and move on to the last topic. Actually, you know what, Casey, have you watched Supergirl like at all this year?
Nope.
Like season 2?
Nope.
Tyler Hawkins Superman?
And you know what? I really do want to watch it because I loved him and Everybody Wants Some. Like, just if you haven't seen Everybody Wants Some, do yourself a favor. Go watch it. Richard Linklater, Boyhood, Days Confused, you're welcome. But I do think I want to watch it just to see how he does. But other than that, I don't care. And that's not because you don't like women. No, I just no. Sorry, I don't care. I ain't got the time. I got a girl myself. I'm trying to keep in track of that.
No, but definitely check out Supergirl this year. It's the show's actually really good. I mean, Superman's only in the first 2 episodes, so we'll really see how the show can actually be without him gone, or with him gone. But I mean, those 2 episodes that he was in, he did a phenomenal job. And it's not just like us. Like critics think he did a fantastic job. of course, fans think he did a great job, and of course, you know how fans are. If a new character does well on a TV show, they're like, oh, give him his own spinoff. So they're like, this whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
It became like this huge thing, and I think it was like Andrew Kreisberg, who was the Supergirl showrunner, kind of toke. What the heck? Wow, talked about this. He talked about it during a Q&A. And he gave like this long spiel about it, but basically what he said was that there are no current plans to make a Superman television show, and that WB only gave them Superman for 2 episodes, and they're currently trying to bring him back for at like some point during the season. But they said that it's not completely out of the question for him to have his own TV show, maybe sometime down the line. But right now their focus is Supergirl. She is the staple. That's their main focus. She's the flagship. But it kind of got me thinking, because like I said, I really enjoy Tyler Hoechlin's Superman. So to be honest with you, I would absolutely love a Tyler Hoechlin-led Superman TV show. I will say that from the hilltops, man.
You like him that much?
I'm gonna fight you on that, Josh.
Ooh.
Because
Goody, ding, 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 comic fights.
There is nothing, and I mean nothing, that will ever take down the shrine that is Smallville. Okay,
dude,
that is
I'm
the
actually
Superman
currently
show.
watching Smallville again. Actually,
that is the Superman show. As bad as it gets in those last couple seasons, that is the Superman show, and don't you ever try and change that. All right, Tyler Hoechlin's a cool Superman, sure, but ain't no Superman show being made when Smallville is still in existence. All right, that's what I'm. Yes, iconic, yo. All right, I love Smallville to death, and yeah, Tyler Hoechlin is okay, Superman. All right, but he ain't no Tom Welling. Never will be.
All right. Andrew, what do you would you like to see a Tyler Hoechlin Superman show?
I'm with you, Josh. I would love a Tyler-led Superman show. I absolutely loved his performance as Clark Kent and Superman, and I know he only had the 2 episodes, but I already want him back. And I know that might seem a little unfair to Supergirl since it's her show, but man, he just embodied everything I loved about Superman. So yeah, I mean, even if he doesn't get his own show, at least give us a few more episodes with him. Maybe give him an episode or 2 that are just Superman centered. I don't know, but I want to see him back.
Okay. I would ask you, Casey, but I mean, you said that you didn't even watch it yet.
No, but what it makes me think is that, if say it's like, okay, I don't watch Legends of Tomorrow, but I feel like they kind of pulled just a random spin-off as fast as they could, just have another show. And I feel like you want to take your time with this Superman just because of what we have with the cinematic universe. And obviously, it's probably going to be hard to get the rights to that anyway. Mm-hmm. But say if they did do that, then what is the next thing everybody's going to ask for? If they already have a Supergirl show, then we get a Superman show. The next thing they're going to ask is Batman. So where's the Batman show? When's the Batman coming? And before you know it, I don't think it would happen, but just because anything could happen, we could even get a Batman show. And I don't even think I want to see that on a TV screen on the CW, just because of what Nolan did, of definitely what we saw about Batman Superman with Ben Affleck. And I don't think he wants that, going towards his solo film. So
in before the there's already a Batman show on television right now. It's called Arrow.
Oh, that's right.
So that was going to be the last thing we talk about, but some news just broke. The Wrap claims to have an inside source when it comes to the whole split between Reynolds and it's like the whole scoop with Miller leaving Deadpool. And apparently this is what it says. It says Miller, who owns a visual effects studio and we're told did much of the polishing work on the original Deadpool, wanted to make more of a stylized sequel, while the actor, they mean Ryan Reynolds, places focus on the more raunchy comedy style that earned the movie's first R rating. So it seems like basically what I just said, Reynolds just wanted to stick with the dirty jokes and like the things like that made the first one really, I guess, shine. What actually made the character, actually good on screen. And then Miller wanted to make a more stylized, I don't know, Matrix-esque sequel. I don't know. But then they also said that Kyle Chandler was rumored to be involved to play Cable, but Ryan Reynolds didn't want him, and the studio chose Reynolds over Miller, and that's why Miller left. So I mean, it's very interesting, this whole thing.
I don't doubt that. I mean, for those of you who might not know, Tim Miller directed a lot of like the really cool like opening sequence cinematics for some video games, like the DC Universe Online, like that 5-minute battle that happens, the little opening intro. That was directed by Tim Miller. The opening little CGI fight with Deathstroke and Batman for Arkham Origins was directed by Tim Miller. So he does have a bit of a stamp on like some stylistic action. So I could see why he would wanted to have done that, but I don't know where he's coming from, like just ditching like the core characteristic of Deadpool in that, he just says a lot of dirty jokes. So I don't know, that's a really sticky situation. It's pretty It sucks. It sucks because they were a great team and it would have been great to see them all come back again for Deadpool 2.
Yeah, especially since Miller and Reynolds really pioneered this project.
Exactly.
They stuck with it through the thick and thin. All of the, the issues with the studio, them not wanting to give them, enough money to actually make it, or not letting them go with the hard R and like that whole thing, and then just to kind of see them kind of split up due to. I mean, it seems like pretty substantial differences. I mean, if I were in Miller's shoes, and I'd probably leave too. But it just sucks, It just really sucks. But yeah. Apparently, Deadpool doesn't have a release date. Deadpool 2.
Oh, nothing's scheduled, huh?
Yeah, no, there's no release date yet. So that's interesting. But do you guys have anything else to add before we get out of here?
No, it just sucks they couldn't, make a perfect blend between those two things, because that'd have been fine, I think.
Yeah.
But it sounds to me minor, but I know it's not because I don't know. I'm not in Hollywood and I don't know the business. But
you know who can do stylized and raunchy humor? Matthew Vaughn. I literally just thought of Kingsman right there. I was just like, yo.
I think of the church scene. I'm like, he could totally do some raunchy thing and just crazy scenes and great cinema. I could see a good blend of that. But
imagine a church scene with Deadpool instead of
in church talking dirty.
Oh my god.
Oh god! Don't give them ideas, man. We're gonna give them Marvel.
Sorry.
But I'm sorry. I totally cut you off, Casey. I'm so sorry. I just had to put that in there,
No. I had nothing else. But it sucks that it. I just hope they find somebody good and just want it to work out. Deadpool 2 is gonna happen regardless. It's gonna make tons of money. But how good is it gonna be? That's the question.
Oh, absolutely. Deadpool 2 is absolutely happening. Fox found a gold mine in Deadpool films. They're not going to stop, which could be a good thing or a bad thing, but only time will tell. We'll find out. But I guess that is it for today. I want to thank everyone for joining us for this roller coaster of fun and news and all that good stuff. And this is where we shamelessly plug our social media, so you can follow us and do all that good stuff. Caboose, go!
Okay. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at CabooseXBL. You can go follow me on there. I also have a YouTube channel. You just search up CabooseXBL, and there you have it, covering all things Injustice 2, Spider-Man PS4, and all sorts of comic book goodness. We have a trailer reaction for the latest Logan trailer on the channel right now. You can go and check that out. I got a Facebook. You can find that. There are a couple tumbleweeds there right now, but I'll get back to it very soon, I promise. I'm also on Twitch. This is the first time I'm plugging Twitch. Holy shit. I'm on Twitch because Batman Return to Arkham, of course, came out very recently, so I'm doing some streaming there, doing my walkthrough there. Also, Batman Telltale, going to be doing some streaming for that as well. And you know what? I got something to tease for all of you people out there listening right now, because I've been legally allowed to talk about this for a while. I just haven't been okayed specifically if I was allowed to talk about this. But exclusive. Contract-wise, I can speak about this. So I'll drop the hint. I got a really cool Batman Arkham VR video that's coming extremely soon, hopefully within the week, that might involve like real life Batman Arkham stuff, and it's super cool, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. So, bomb dropped, mic drop, peace out.
Dropping the secrets.
There it is.
I'm excited. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited.
I'm gonna keep. It's gonna be really cool.
I'm excited. Andrew, what about you, man? Where can people find you at?
I'm on Twitter at Anderwriter. Pretty simple.
Talk to him about. Send him pictures of Amber Heard as Mara over and over and over again. He will never get tired of it.
And tell him that you're glad to be back.
Good thing I work at a hospital.
If you pass out, just wake up, just wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, ER is right next door.
Casey, what about you, man?
You can find me Casey J. Crow on Twitter and Instagram. The Dark Knight Trilogy on Instagram. What's up, everybody? Thank you for letting me on. I'm so glad I convinced you and paid you enough money that you actually said yes.
I'm waiting for the check to go through, man. You're good.
I'm gonna need that payment too, Casey. By the way, these guys.
If it bounces, you can call my lawyer. I don't have it. Sorry.
Bounce
Better
like
call Saul.
my checks did back in the day. All right. I am Josh. Where am I going with this? You can find me on Twitter at Dark Knight of Ren, 1K for the Dark in the Night. You can find me on Instagram at DCU News. Actually, I've got something to tease too.
Oh,
Sorry about that. So, for those of you who follow comicdrops.com, we post comic related news, TV stuff, movies. But there is an evolution on the rise. We are evolving into something bigger, something greater. It's going to be really cool. I can't tease anything else more than that. But just know that it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. The whole team is really stoked on it. And I guess you stay, keep your ears peeled and your eyes to the. I don't know what I'm saying.
To the tweets. To the
tweets.
Yeah.
To the site. To all of our social media, because it's going down. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited for everyone to see it. We're working really hard on it. And to stay up to date with all the things like comic related and movies and stuff like that, keep it locked to comicdrops.com. See you guys later. Peace.